Hi! Welcome to our living room. This is from the Disney couch. You're joining us for a Disney movie. We're on a quest to find the ultimate Disney movie. Tonight, we are watching...
Tangled!
Someone's a little excited.
This has been my favorite Disney movie for a long time.
Watching Tangled, for me, was the point when I remember becoming an actual Disney fan.
We all think that Tangled's gonna score pretty high. We've been trying not to think about it too much.
I have.
And so tonight we're gonna enjoy the movie Tangled and see how it scores.
Okay.
Well, here it comes then, the 50th animated release from Disney.
Whoa,
2010's Tangled.
This is the story of how I died. Don't worry, this is actually a very fun story, and the truth is, it isn't even mine. This is the story of a girl named Rapunzel.
Oh, that's a good movie in every way.
Not just a good movie.
A fantastic, amazing, best movie ever movie.
We'd seen it so many times before that I wondered, okay, will this be as good as I remembered? And it was even better than I remembered.
Yes.
I cried so much in this movie. The story is so compelling, and yet there's so much laughter. I mean, if you have never seen Tangled because you think it's just a kid's movie,
You must watch it.
What are you doing?
what she said.
Yeah, so, we kind of like this show.
Just a little.
But I think the thing that is really striking about this movie, just showing that like total emotional manipulation that Mother Gothel goes to the extent of enacting upon poor Rapunzel. Like, I remember in the movie theater when I saw this for the first time feeling like physical pain for Rapunzel, watching her go through this emotional abuse at the hands of someone who she thought was her mother.
So, Tangled works on so many levels. The studio definitely made a step in that way when they were titling this movie. It was originally entitled Rapunzel, and then Rapunzel Unbraided, and then they settled on Tangled. They found out with Princess and the Frog that everyone thought Princess and the Frog, well, that's for little girls, and people who were not little girls did not go see the movie. So they titled this one Tangled on purpose, so people would not discount it for just being a little girl movie.
Do they ever get tangled?
No.
No, her hair is never tangled in this entire movie.
Which is magical in and of itself.
Yeah.
What really struck me watching it this time was the animation. Just the facial expressions, I think, are so good on this. Even though it's cartoon style, their eyes are gigantic, but the emotion that the animators can convey on those faces is just so good. Like the king and queen, for instance. They never speak one line in the whole movie, but you can tell exactly what's going on just by watching their faces, so it's so well done that way.
I think this movie is really good at manipulating your emotions.
You're feeling what she's feeling. She did great. And you know, I think that's really what we're finding here. We're 50 movies deep into this project. Is the movies that really stick with us, those are the movies where we emotionally connect with the characters. All the other stuff, the effects and the animation and the music and all of that is just kind of window dressing. If you are tracking with the characters, you enjoy the movie. If you don't, then it's just kind of, it's okay. Now, did you guys know that Tangled almost didn't happen?
What?
The movie got shelved a week before John Lasseter came in as the executive director of animation. And one of the first things John Lasseter did was he pulled it back off the shelf, dusted it off, got the directors back in on it, and kept working on this movie. And
Yeah, John.
thanks, John. It was one of the most expensive movies to make. $260 million was one figure I saw. But, you know, that's balanced because it made almost $600 million in the box office. And so it really launched things to the next level.
It's not surprising how high their budget was because the animation was absolutely stunning. Instead of drawing a typical character, actually drew the floating lanterns because that is definitely the most beautiful scene in the whole movie. You can see all my Disney art on Instagram at Doodles for Boredom.
And one thing we noticed was that Mother Gothel's lantern is always lime green. And somebody asked us, way back at the beginning of the Disney Couch to notice if lime green was associated with the villains. So definitely here. And the other thing was bluebirds. And yes, as soon as Rapunzel comes out of the tower, one of the first things she sees are bluebirds. Thanks, Snow White.
Well, we've looked at the unofficial criteria. How about we look at our own official, not really official criteria?
Right?
To the boats!
To the chart.
Church, yes.
Oh, is that why you say it like that?
Yeah.
Oh!
See?
It's book intro.
No.
No,
But
apparently they had to make 3 openings before they finally decided on this one. And 2 of them were book openings. It was almost a book opening. It was this close, and then they changed their mind.
but it wasn't.
It was very close, but we don't count deleted scenes
No.
in our criteria, so...
They're not in the movie.
As much as I'd like to give this one the book opening, I don't think we can.
Missing parents. Yep. She's
Yes.
missing her parents. I mean, they're both alive. She's one of the few Disney princesses who both her parents are actually alive,
Yeah.
but they weren't in her entire childhood. It's
Yeah.
not until she's 18 that she meets them.
Yeah.
And Flynn Rider is an orphan.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And
Poor
that-
little orphan Eugene Fitzherbert.
Yeah, that features heavily in his story that's why he becomes this thieving rogue.
And I like how that gets redeemed at the end, how he gets pulled into the circle
Yes.
with Rapunzel and her parents, and suddenly he's got a family too.
Dad with a stash.
Yes.
Yes.
He's got this big, majestic, kingly beard.
It's not the stash, but it is a stash.
But it is nice that this dad is not portrayed as a bumbling buffoon,
Yeah.
but as a loving and then grieving, heartbroken father.
Talking animals.
Well, yeah.
I mean, somehow Rapunzel can understand exactly what Pascal says.
But he doesn't actually say anything, but
Yeah, it's
They're
this
connecting.
close.
And then Maximus and Flynn at the end have this like full-on, heartfelt conversation, and it's so hilarious.
talking animals.
You're right.
Yeah.
We should-
Unlikely partnership.
Yeah.
This is a classic unlikely partnership. We got the main protagonists don't like each other, but, they need each other for something. Eugene needs Rapunzel for the crown. Rapunzel needs Eugene because she needs him as a guide to the lanterns. And so they are stuck together and they go on this journey and adventure together and they slowly get closer, then they fall in love and stay together. Joyce sacrifices himself for her and she sacrifices herself for him.
Yep.
Goals.
Aw, the wanted thief. Oh dear, I'm so proud. It definitely drives the plot, and it provides all that good tension and that good romance and believable love story.
We part ways as unlikely friends.
Hidden Mickey.
Yep, and we got 50 in a row, so we're not stopping here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got one in the clouds that was kind of a Mickey profile.
My favorite was the one in the paint jars, that was shown through the angle of the reflection in the box.
And a case can be made for the Queen's necklace. It was a little bit of an off-center Mickey, but
I think there's a couple spots where it really shows up. The big barrels in the tunnel under the Snuggly Duckling are Mickey-shaped as well.
not only Mickey-shaped things, but
There was Sleeping Beauty's spinning wheel up in Rapunzel's apartment.
yeah, there was also Pinocchio
Yeah.
in the Snuggly Duckling scene.
Alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole pub scene, bringing back the pub scene.
And in fact, quite a drunken character. Like, he's drunk through the whole movie. There is some humor. And I mean, it's a little strange to have that in a kid's movie, but
Witchy villain.
Yes.
She's a witch in the original tale. In this one, she's a normal human who uses magic, but not for evil, just to stay young.
Yeah, it's evil, it's selfish.
But it's not her magic
yeah,
either.
she's not a witch, I don't think.
It's Rapunzel's magic. Rapunzel's the magical one in this.
Yeah.
I think I give it half marks because she's using magic for evil, and that's just witchy.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ellie. I think she is a magic user. Whether or not the magic is from her, or from a flower, or from some poor kid's hair, it doesn't matter where the magic comes from. She's still using it for her own ends, therefore I think she's a witchy villain.
I don't think so, because you wouldn't call the king a witch. or warlock or whatever,
Who?
because he digs up the flower in the first place to heal his wife.
Yeah, but he wasn't using that for evil.
Well, he was using it to his own end, just like Mother Gothel was.
But
I really don't think that she is a witch in any way.
Right.
She just literally stumbled upon something that was magical in the exact same way that the soldier stumbled upon the flower when they were finding it.
I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly, Mummy. She is just using a bit of magic, but she is definitely not a witch.
Alright, so we're gonna have to settle this with a coach vote. Witchy villain, 3, 2, 1, go! So, I think we balance out to half a witchy villain, which satisfies nobody, except Ellie. Okay, you may continue the debate for yourself in the comments.
Ugly villain.
Yes, for
Well,
sure.
For most of the movie, she's beautiful. But it's her true self that's ugly, her true ancient self, which we only see for about 1 minute, and that creeped me out so much as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially that scene with the broken mirror, and she's got like 47 eyeballs all at once. Yeah. The rest of the time, she's pretty pulled together, so she's not really that ugly. The young Mother Gothel was actually modeled after Cher, I think.
Oh yeah.
However, the Stabbington brothers, while not the main villains, they're marginally ugly. Yeah. Let's take a couch vote then for ugly villain. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, looks like we're averaging out to half a point for ugly villain in Tangled. Speaking of ugly, they definitely wanted to go non-ugly for Flynn Rider. They wanted to make Flynn Rider the best looking Disney leading man yet. And so they did some serious market research on this. They got a panel of 30 of their female Disney staff, and they got them together to discuss what makes the perfect man. And they got pictures of Hugh Jackman and Brad Pitt and Brad Bird and I don't know who else. And,
Brad Bird.
No, just joking. And they created this composite of the perfect man, and then they morphed that into...
Hi. How you doing? The name's Flynn Rider.
Death by falling.
Yes.
Yeah, although technically Mother Gothel was a pile of dust by the time she hit the ground. It was the cutting of the hair that really did her in.
But, I mean, she might not have actually dissolved to dust unless she hit the ground.
Yeah. She just would have been very rickety.
There's enough falling associated with her death that I think we should count it on this one.
Absolutely.
Even though if you want to get technical, it wasn't the falling that killed her.
Hit song.
Yes, there were so many great songs in this film, and I think the music is something that they obviously wanted to make a really important part of this film.
yeah.
Like, she starts the movie off singing.
It won a Grammy Award for Best Song in Visual Media for At Last I See the Light, and so I think that counts.
Romantic duet.
Yeah.
Same song.
It's a
Last
great.
I See the Light.
So romantic. Oh, I want my first date to be on a boat with floating lanterns.
Oh no, the bar has been set really high.
Probably one of the best story arcs for love stories that we've seen in a long time. So yeah.
The kiss. A very nice kiss. When Rosie comes to life. Did I ever tell you I got a thing for brunettes? And then they kiss.
Yeah. And it was pretty heartfelt, like she flung her arms around him because she...
They totally did like the kiss tease at the end of At Last I See the Light when they're on the boat and then the song ends and they're saying use the lips are already popular and they go in for it and then awful things have to happen and everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have too many feelings. Resurrection.
Yes, for sure.
I think it's pretty clear that our buddy Flynn is a goner. Yeah, and they drew it out.
Yeah. Like, how is this gonna work out? Like, he's dying. Like, is this really happening? Like, is Disney really gonna kill the hero? So he gets healed.
Yeah, and then does that mean he gets super strength in his face? Because I'm not gonna lie, that would be stupendous. All right, so time for our total for Tangled. Here it comes.
Total is 12 out of 14.
Well, Tangled gets us all the way up to the top of the chart. 12 points puts it second only to Sleeping Beauty.
Good score.
Good job,
Not the
Tangled.
top, but real close. And that doesn't surprise me. It's so Disney and so good.
Okay, well, if you have any comments, if you think we missed a point or 3, then put it down in the comments below. Please subscribe to our channel from the Disney Couch so you'll know when there's new movies coming up. And like the video, share it with all your friends, and we will see you next time for Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Wow, that's a departure.
So, from the Disney Couch, bye!
Bye. Now can we watch the bonus features?
No, the cat has gone insane.
There's a nod to the same film.
You want me to do it?
Yes, please.
Okay. When you get to the point
Okay, let's
your
stop.
mouth is like